His biological father suddenly suffers heart. He accidentally falls into a bathtub. Seeing this, his son doesn't rescue him. Instead, he pushes him further into the water. He is discovered later by his daughter, Taiwu. After an emergency response by doctors, the chairman's condition remains grim. All that's left is to wait for him to regain consciousness. Meanwhile, Taiwu, upon learning of the situation, finds the demoted prosecutor, Shatter. He indicates that this visit is not a confession, but rather to repay the debt that brought him here. Taiwu speculates that the female secretary's phone recorded the entire incident the night of the eldest death, whether to live as a third-rate prosecutor in a remote area, or return to the Seoul local inspection office to succeed. All depends on Shatter's decision. This is Taiwu opportunity. Make a choice. In the end, Shatter chooses to trust Taiwu. He secretly sneaks into the prosecutor's office and finds where the physical evidence related to the case is stored. Actually, he also worries about what if there's nothing on the phone. Taiwu calmly allows Shatter to take him for the reward. After all, his situation is already on the edge. It is only then that Shatter had touched him by the roadside. He searches for the female secretary's phone alone. Once everything is out, he returned to the car to charge his phone. But the smartphone requires a password to unlock. So Jaffan took advantage of his profession. He successfully unlocked it at the phone shop. He took the phone and looked. Not to mention videos. There wasn't even a single photo. He regretted deeply in his heart. He believed Taiwu's ghost stories. Jaffan angrily handed the phone back to Taiwu. When Taiwu opened it, the situation was the same. However, he had a sudden thought. He found a private folder. Video evidence was inside. It turned out that Taiwu had drunk quite a bit that night. He helplessly collapsed on the floor. Slowly, the ghost son, who was also found, simply becoming the secretary. Without saying a word, this person stabbed him to death. Then he disguised all the evidence that Taiwu was doing and injected him with something. To do all this, they heard the sound of the door opening. A fourth person, other than the secretary, walked in. Seeing this, Taiwu closed the phone. He hoped Xiao Fan would cut the video from there, because they couldn't track down the fourth person. The secretary might escape. Next, Xiao Fan handed the evidence to the deputy chief prosecutor, although the source was not approved. The deputy chief owed him a favor, so he made an exception. He ordered Xiao Fan to immediately return to Seoul to resume duty. Meanwhile, fugitive Han Taiwu turned himself in at the police station. Soon, Xiao Fan brought people along. Suspected of murdering his eldest son, a female secretary. Emergency treatment was given to the eldest son's secretary. Taiwu's second hearing will be handled by Olpu. Instead, he had been instructed by the chairman. It is imperative to help wrap this matter up. Landing mentioned here, during the chairman's coma, only his youngest daughter Sifu stayed beside the hospital bed, hoping her father wakes up soon. Venzia raced to meet Olpu, aiming to recruit him to assist her rise to power. But Olpu is no fool. A mere illegitimate son of the Zia family, and if the chairman wakes up one day, Venzia will surely be kicked out, and still dreams of taking over the entire group. Second concubine and herself are also plotting. They not only want to recruit board members, but also want to use Taiwu for their purposes. Little do they know, Taiwu's plan has already begun. Riddled proposed a divorce to Venzia, deciding to assist her lover's coup. On the day of the trial, Taiwu disclosed the entire plan to the crime boss. As soon as he entered the group, he established an investment company overseas. The initial purpose was to help Venzia become the head of the group. No one knew of its existence. A few days later, the crime boss was released after serving his sentence. Riddled immediately found him. He is the chairman of the shell company founded by Taiwu, known on Wall Street as an investment genius. His identity and status are extremely distinguished. Wait a moment. Who is this chairman? The mob boss has heard of Taiwu's plan, but he has never heard of this chairman. However, after carefully reviewing the document, he was shocked to discover that the chairman was himself. It turns out all of this was the doing of Happen 19, who subdued the treacherous partner. Leaving the hideout, then he disguised himself as a lawyer to visit Taiwu, because he'd accidentally found out about his investment company. You even completely kept it from me! But the noise from your share acquisition was big enough for me to notice. You need my help, don't you? Soon, with everyone's actions, the investment company acquired 23% of the group's shares, instantly becoming the largest shareholder. Rekia was infuriated upon learning the situation. He ordered his secretary to investigate the investment company immediately. On the other side, Taiwu's second trial began. As there were witnesses and physical evidence, the judge announced the murder charge would not stand. Taiwu was acquitted. The Rekia noticed Taiwu was acquitted. He realized he was not his opponent. Plus, he worried the chairman might wake up one day and throw him out of the house. So he arrived at his father's bedside. He might take care of him personally.